Fuck, man, you guys are quick. Fuck. Hello. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I'm still setting up the intro here. Jesus, y'all are quick. Y'all are quick. Have you liked and subscribed yet? Yes or no, I hate Superman. Hi, everybody. You guys are on it. You guys are on it. On it, boss! Sorry about that. Crazy of me. We got Nelson here, Mr. Moderator. How are ya? Welcome, 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 welcome. On it, boss! So, alright, we've got some shit to cover. We dancing today? No, that's just a way for me to lure you in, you sick bastards. Your chat's down? Fuck does that even mean? Huh? Give it a second. Oh. Oof. What are these new purple crowns? Apparently those are my top fans. Ben Shakira with #1 top fan. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. Imagine if any videos got a low day fade. Imagine if any videos got a low day fade. Blinkerville Central right now. No way. Alrighty, folks. So we've got some pretty fucked up news that we're gonna want to compile so we can make a video here. Alligator alcatraz, alcatraz inside. Workout made me feel good. Indeed, it did. Indeed, it did. So we've got a little bit of news coming out about the inside of this alligator alcatraz facility. And it's like there's worms in the fucking food. There's shit in the water, and the water is flooded over. People are getting poisoned with Clorox in the drinking water. I mean, it's abhorrent. It's abhorrent. And then at the same time, down at the the Rio Grande, we got like pregnant women having miscarriages while caught in barbed wire, and the Border Patrol is pushing children back into the Rio Grande. I mean, what? 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 That's crazy. Brother, what the fuck? Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about, and we're going to want to compile this stuff up together so we can make a video, because this is some important shit. So, let's check it out. Hey, brother, love how unapologetic you are with your content, man. Real inspiring stuff in a time where shit's hitting the fan. It's refreshing to see and honestly inspiring. Thank you, Prezi from Jersey, you fucking Jersey monster. That's what we call people from Jersey here. Jersey monsters. But, yeah, no, you're running the other side of the river. Right on the other side of the river. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Anyway, so we've got this coming out. Oh, you know what I realized yesterday, by the way? Yesterday was my sobriety day. I didn't even realize. Let me see. Let me show you. Yeah. Yesterday was 10 years. And I didn't even fucking notice. I guess that's good, right? Shambala fungala dingala kangala kumbala andala disindala bungala bindra paragala kinginda hendera fo. The angels, they're coming in my ass right now. My ass right now. My ass right now. The angels are coming in my ass right now. Crazy. Hi, Luigi. Hi. You want to say hi? No, you don't want to say hi. Oh, you doing a dance? Here, where's your toy? Where's your toy? Hold on. Where's your little toy? Thank you for becoming a member. Where's your toy? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Luigi. Luigi. Waween. Thank you for becoming a member. All right, she ain't coming. She ain't coming. Oh, no. You're all crooked now. All right. Anyway. Have you used Pretty Litter? No, never heard of it. Insanely proud of you, Chris. 10 years, no joke. If you don't mind me asking, what are you sober from? Anything I could snort! It was the best of times. It was the worst of times, as they say. Anyway. Florida lawmakers allowed into alligator Auschwitz, says detainees packed into cages. Deep in the hazardous and ecologically fragile Everglades, hundreds of migrants are confined in cages in a makeshift tent detention facility Florida's Republican governors call, quote, safe and secure, and Democratic lawmakers call, quote, inhumane. Thank you for the gifted memberships, everybody. Appreciate you. 2 days after filing a lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for being, quote, unlawfully denied entry to inspect conditions at the facility dubbed, quote, alligator alcatraz, members of Congress and state representatives were given a limited tour Saturday to inspect conditions after calling the lack of access a, quote, deliberate obstruction meant to hide what's really happening behind those gates, according to a joint statement from lawmakers. Thank you for the $2. Bongers for the resistance. They said they heard detainees shouting for help and crying out libertad, Spanish for freedom, amid sweltering heat, bug infestations, and meager meals. Quote, they are essentially packed into cages, wall-to-wall humans, 32 detainees per cage. Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who represents Florida's 25th congressional district, said during a news conference following their tour. The families of some of the detainees have also described conditions in the facility, while Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials defend it as offering a higher detention standard than many U.S. prisons. That is not a flex. Wasserman Schultz said each cage contained 3 small toilets with attached sinks, which detainees used for drinking water and brushing their teeth, sharing the same water used to flush the toilets. Ew. When they toured the kitchen area, Wasserman Schultz said government employees were being offered large pieces of roast chicken and sausages, while the detainees' lunch consisted of, quote, gray turkey and cheese sandwich and apple and chips. They weren't permitted to view the medical facilities, because there probably fucking isn't one. This is fucked. Oh, Jack, welcome back. You were making enchiladas. Why is that a little bit hard to believe? It's a little bit hard to believe. So there was also a, what is it? A disabled U.S. citizen, disabled veteran, U.S. citizen, kidnapped by ICE. Is this it?
Just an extremely emotional scene here. The minute that we arrived outside Glass House Farms, we met a sister and a wife of a man who works as a security guard here, George Redis. He is a disabled U.S. veteran. He is a U.S. citizen, and they are desperately looking for him. They haven't heard anything about his whereabouts from yesterday. They do say that he was taken in the raid. We want to show you a picture of 25-year-old George Redis, a U.S. Army veteran who his family again says is disabled. They saw via Air 7 yesterday that he was trying to leave the scene in his white vehicle. Take a listen to what his sister and then his wife told us.
I thought he was probably part of the protest, and he wasn't. He was trying to reverse his car. They broke his window, they pepper sprayed him, they grabbed him, threw him on the floor, they detained him. His wife's been trying to call and ask where he is. They don't know where he is. Apparently, no one associates with nobody. So now we don't know what to do. We're just asking to let my brother go. He's a U.S. citizen. He didn't do anything wrong. He's a veteran, disabled citizen. It says it on his car.
And I just want to know where he's at because I have not seen him. And I heard from him since yesterday. And I called LA and they keep saying that they're not going over there, and I just don't know where he's at. I've been up since 6 a.m. trying to call the sheriffs, the police department, Oxnard, Camarillo, Ventura, and I can't hear nothing. They say they don't know, they don't associate.
And as you heard from George Redis's wife, it's his daughter's birthday party tomorrow. She is desperately looking for George. She says that she has called every local police department, the sheriff's department. They don't know where he is, and so that's why the family is camped out here right now trying to find answers.
Jesus Christ. Let's see. Dude, that's so fucked up, dude. That is a disabled veteran and a U.S. citizen. A disabled veteran and a U.S. citizen, bro. If he's not safe, nobody is. You know what I mean? That's a motherfucker who fought for the nation and is now disabled because of it. Holy shit.
People are complaining that someone got
bit by... Come. Luigi. Come.
By a mosquito. It's South Florida. This is not the Four Seasons. It is a professional processing center to effectuate the deportation of illegal aliens.
Governor Ron DeSantis speaking out about complaints over conditions at Alligator Alcatraz, calling it a staged tour. Democratic, state, and federal lawmakers from across Florida gathered at Alligator Alcatraz today for a scheduled visit of the controversial detention center for illegal migrants. The facility opened on the 1st of the month. Since then, there have been a number of reports of inhumane living conditions, which Democrats say they've been denied entry to see for themselves until now. Now, our cameras were not allowed to go inside with them, but WPTV's Kayla McDermott outside the gates caught up with our lawmakers before and after heading into the center.
Democratic lawmakers drove through that gate today to take a tour of Alligator Alcatraz, and when they were done, they told us that they saw detainees living in some of the worst conditions they've ever seen. Before heading into the detention center,
this is a stunt. This is effing ridiculous.
Democratic leaders were already...
What a fucking pussy-ass bitch. Effing ridiculous? This fucking guy, you're my fucking representative? You fucking pussy? Ugh! What the fuck, bro? We got Tom Homan on stage yesterday fucking talking about beating the shit out of some guy in the fucking crowd. And I hate Tom Homan, but you gotta understand, semantics matter. The way you speak matters, bro. And you gotta expect you're the guy that I have to have faith in standing up to the fucking fascists building a concentration camp surrounded by alligators and pythons. This is effing ridiculous. Suck my fat fucking dick. You pussy! Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? Oh, God. I need to go get my crystals. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. I hit the lamp. Luigi, I can't do this right now, baby. I can't do this right now. All right. All right.
Anticipating a lackluster tour,
That we expect will show us little to nothing.
saying it is a staged, scripted, and sanitized version, as they were denied entry last week when attempting an unannounced visit to alligator Alcatraz.
When the state found out about our unannounced visit, they issued this official invitation because they knew they had cleaning up to do.
A lawsuit has been filed due to Democrats being turned away, stating the action is against the Florida statute.
We don't need permission to come to this facility.
But when pushed by WPTV's Tyler Hatfield the day before the visit,
Governor DeSantis, do you have a comment about Florida Democrats filing a lawsuit?
Governor Ron DeSantis says the lawsuit is unjust, stating the tour invite came the day before the filing.
This is a ridiculous lawsuit. They should be sanctioned by the court for abusing the legal system.
Passing a group of protesters,
What the
Democratic
fuck?
leaders were able to head inside and said they would be analyzing the conditions, as detainees have been reporting bugs in their food, an infestation of mosquitoes, plumbing not working, and inadequate medical care. Alleged conditions DeSantis has little sympathy for.
This is not the Four Seasons. What's the plumbing going to be like in their home country? What are the bugs going to be like in their home country? Give me a break on some of this stuff.
3 groups of lawmakers each took their
Meanwhile, there's people in these cages screaming, I'm a U.S. citizen. And the thing is, we already know for a fact that ICE is detaining people that are not their targets, right? Tom Homan said that they go out, they look for a target, and oftentimes there's other people around, so they just bag them up too. Excuse me? What are we talking about?
own tour and could not bring electronics in with them. Afterwards, they shared their experience.
We saw humans being held in cages, 32 people per cage, 3 toilets in each cage for these 32 people, and their drinking water comes from the toilet.
I mean, there are really disturbing, vile conditions.
However, DeSantis says the center is being ran professionally and took a jab at Democrats fighting against the facility.
Democrats care more about illegal aliens than they do about American citizens. I've never seen these Democrats
That
fight
line
this
is
hard
getting so
for
old.
the people of Florida. I've never seen them fight this hard for U.S. citizens.
But for Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, she says,
This place needs to be shut the hell down. It needs to be shut down.
Now, clearly, Democratic lawmakers were not satisfied with this tour. They say that they plan to come back here again unannounced for another one. At Alligator Alcatraz, I'm Kayla McDermott.
I still find it so jarring that she has to say, at Alligator Alcatraz, I'm Kayla McDermott. I can't believe they're memeing their way through fascism. I can't believe they're genuinely pulling it off by joking about it. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
And after weeks of pushing from congressional Democrats, Florida lawmakers were given their first look at the newly built migrant detention facility in the Everglades, now known as Alligator Alcatraz. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn is here with more on that facility. You got Bradley. Good.
Where the fuck is it? Where's the video? Okay, fuck you.
And after weeks of
The
pushing
fuck is
from
going on? Whatever. I used to be Republican. Now I don't know what I support. Brian, you're a socialist. If you're a good person, it means you're a fucking socialist. If you want your money to go to systems that actually benefit you and your communities, it means you're a socialist. If you believe that our tax dollars should go into, I don't know, like funding high-speed rail systems and taking care of our veterans and taking care of the disabled and making your city better, it means you're a fucking socialist. If you believe that we should be allowed to increase the federal minimum wage, it means you're a socialist. You don't know enough about socialism? Well, you'll figure it out. I agree with all of what you said. Literally all of that is socialist. Oh, we got money? Money! Thank you for the $5. It's almost like we don't care about citizen status. We care about that they're human beings. Yeah, no, like absolutely. Oh, Jesus.
We're looking at other facility, 1,000-bed facility can continue to be expanded. We're looking at other locations as well. We've had several other states that are actually using alligator alcatraz as a model for how they can partner with us as well.
What are some of those? Are there other states?
I'm having ongoing conversations with 5 other governors about facilities that they may have. You know, I haven't asked those governors if I can share their names, but announcements will be coming soon. As you all know, we need to double our capacity in detention beds because we need to facilitate getting people out of this country as fast as possible and to sustain our operations. But those governors have been fantastic. I will tell you, they are all Republicans. So I would challenge some Democrats to start taking care of your states, partner with us. Facility, 1,000-bed facility can continue to be expanded. We're looking.
All right, so we've got more concentration camps inbound. Ain't that fun? Ain't that fun? Trump is going to be president forever? Nah. Let's check Trump's truth. Trump was live while you were gone? Yeah, probably didn't have much to say. Shut the fuck up. Talking shit about windmills. Oh, God, I can't deal with this guy, bro. Happy Crypto Week. Oh, shit, bro. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, let's go to Robinhood. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Flying. Oh, Donald, you son of a bitch. Oh, Donald, you son of a bitch. Oh. Luigi, stop. Luigi, stop, bro. I can't do it right now, Luigi. Luigi! Luigi! Come here. Come here, Luigi. Come here. Donald Trump, you son of a bitch. Come here. You know this fucking dog, man. She's gonna be the death of me, this dog. She's gonna be the death of me. What's the difference between socialism and communism? One of them sounds better in America. Yeah. No, fucking witches.
Mr. President, your daughter-in-law said that there should be transparency in the Epstein case. Do you agree with her, sir?
The Attorney General's handled that very well. She's really done a very good job, and I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also, but I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important, and you want credible evidence for something like that. And I think the Attorney General has handled it very well.
Did she tell you, what did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing. And in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen, and I would say that, you know, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden
The Biden information. Wait. Is Trump claiming the Epstein files were created by Jim Comey, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden? Are we fucking for real right now? Are we dead ass right now? That is so fucking stupid. Oh, Jesus Christ.
We went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well, and it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I wanted to follow up on that question. I think the American people have a lot of questions about your relationship with the Deputy FBI Director. Do you believe that he should stay in his role?
I'm not going to discuss personnel matters. I think we all are committed to working together now to make America safe again, and that's what we're doing. Only on topic, guys. Go ahead.
First of all, I believe when you're in a public forum, you can choose or not choose to answer any questions, but I don't believe it is your right to ask us to restrict those questions. That said, I will keep this on topic.
Thank you.
How can you keep America safe again when the president's budget for 2026 cuts DEA by $212 million and the FBI by $500 million? And you support those cuts?
She's nervous as fuck, dude.
Well, it won't. That's a great question. It won't harm our capacity to fight. I'll tell you that. We can always do more with more, but we can do more.
Yo, her energy has shifted a lot over the past week. Have you guys noticed that? Have you guys noticed over the past week, Pam Bonnie's energy has just come, like, I think she's gotten, like, threatened by Trump, dude. I think she got threatened.
With less, and that's what we're committed to doing. The big, beautiful bill also adds a tremendous amount for us in combating especially the drug crisis. Billions of dollars, I believe.
I think it's $400 million.
Yeah, let me see. $3.3 billion in the big, beautiful bill to combat drug trafficking, support the prosecution of immigration matters, and gang-related crimes. So that crosses all agencies as well. So that bill will greatly help us as well, in addition to the budget. We also have a $3.5 billion reimbursement fund for state and local agencies that are enforcing the Immigration Act, drug and human trafficking.
CNN's Elena Treen is in Pittsburgh, where President Trump is also set to speak here in a few minutes. Elena, what more are you learning about how the White House is handling the fallout here?
That is how Americans feel in terms of the releases so far of the Epstein case. Take a look here. Epstein case. Amount of info release. The winner here, 50%.
Oh, I saw that. The Republicans blocked the Epstein vote. I saw that. What is it? Newsweek. That's our boy Roe. That's our boy Roe. That's our boy. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you he'd do it? Didn't I tell you he'd do it? Didn't I tell you? I told you he'd do it. Didn't I tell you the other day? I told you. Republican lawmakers have blocked a move that could have forced President Donald Trump's regime to release the files on the sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's death and investigation. All but one of the GOP members of the House Rules Committee voted against a Democratic amendment that would have allowed Congress to vote on whether the files should be made public. The amendment, which was first put forward by California Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna, was voted down 5-7 on Monday evening. Newsweek reached out to the White House for comment by email.
Madam Chair, the Epstein files concern issues of abuse of women and abuse of children. You know, as the chair of the Democratic Women's Caucus, you often see me raising issues of we need to address this. And not only that, but Republicans and the MAGA world have, or let's see how you vote.
Hearing none, the question's on the amendment. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. No. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it. The amendment's not agreed
Chair,
to.
I'm kind of shocked by that. I will ask for a roll call.
Why can't we see the roll call? And they did that so quick. Dan Bongino quit? I don't know about that. Wait, no one knows? Bongino is considering handing in his resignation. He's out of control, furious. This destroyed his career. He's threatening to quit and torch Pam unless she's fired. Is living in New York as bad as people say? It's wildly expensive. That's why Zoran won that election, because his entire platform is based on affordability.
I think so. I did. I spoke to him today. Dan Bongino, very good guy. I've known him a long time. I've done his show many, many times. And he sounded terrific, actually. No, I think he's in good shape.
What the fuck? What the fuck? All right. Let's make a video real quick. I gotta make this video. This is just too crazy. We're gonna do a quick recap. Quick recap, all right? Here comes a recap. Let me go fill up my water. You guys enjoy the chair stream for a little bit. I'll get you a YouTube video while I fill up this water. and I take a fat fucking bong rip. I'm gonna take a fat fucking bong rip. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. I'll be right back, you stupid bastards.
Dissatisfied. Doesn't matter, 29%.
Send me
not
all
enough,
of your
17%.
money while I'm
but
gone.
Look at the bottom of your screen. The percentage that are
All of it.
satisfied is just
All of
3%.
it.
That's 1, that's 2, that is just 3%. I feel like the count on Sesame Street. Just 3% of Americans are satisfied so far with the amount of information released. The clear winner in this particular case is 50%. Half of the public is dissatisfied, at least so far.
And are you seeing a big difference between how Republicans and Democrats are viewing this?
No, and that I think is kind of the interesting sort of nugget in what's going on here. You see this 50% dissatisfied, and let's break it down by party. Okay, Epstein case, amount of info released. Look at this. You get 43% of lean GOP, that's Republicans and independents who lean towards the Republican Party, who are dissatisfied. Look at this, just 4% satisfied? My goodness gracious, when you only have 4% that is with Donald Trump on a particular issue, that is ridiculously low. I've never seen anything quite like it. How about lean Democrat? 60% dissatisfied. Compare that to 3% who are satisfied. Again, 4%, 3% Republican, Democrat. You rarely ever see this type of agreement. Now, of course, there's another divide in American politics, one that has increased over the past few decades, and that is whites with a college degree, whites without a college degree. But in this particular case, we see agreement. What are we talking about? This Epstein case, amount of info released, dissatisfied, 55% of white college graduates and 53% of white non-college graduates, Donald Trump's historic base, yet the majority are dissatisfied.
Really interesting numbers. Harry Enton, thank you so much. Boris?
Let's dig deeper on this with former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. Andy, thanks so much for being with us. I want to start with what you make of this rift between the current Deputy Director and the DOJ, and then by extension, the White House.
Sure, Boris. So the tension between the Deputy Director and the AG is really untenable. This is a bad thing for the FBI, bad thing for the Department of Justice, and really not the kind of thing that, in my experience, having worked for many attorneys general, never seen anything like this before, and I can't imagine any other attorney general ever tolerating an act of disrespect along the lines of what allegedly took place between Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino in the White House when they got into some trading accusations and some sort of shouting match in front of the president's chief of staff. I can't.
All right. All right. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that, you motherfucker. Don't fucking look at me like that, you piece of shit. All right. All right. Okay. Let's record. Let's make a video. Let's make a video. Okay? How about that, huh? Thank you for the $5. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. Much appreciate. All right, gang. Lock in. So, alligator Auschwitz is like fucked on the inside, and Democratic lawmakers got to tour the inside, and it was like even the staged like pomp and circumstance, like fluffed up, cleaned up tour was miserable. And we're making more. We're making like 5 more alligator Auschwitzes. They're concentration camps. U.S. citizens, disabled veterans, fucking legal migrants, like anybody who's brown is so in danger right now. And like, it doesn't end with the brown people, the Latinos. It moves on, and then eventually it's just going to be fucking everybody who's a dissident. You can't curse in the beginning. Fuck! I'm restarting. I'm restarting. I forgot you can't curse in the first 60 seconds for monetization. That's so crazy stupid. I forgot about that shit. Fuck! Alright, let's try it again. Alligator Auschwitz! On the inside, it's a nightmare! Because it's a concentration camp. What did you think? Democratic lawmakers got to tour Alligator Auschwitz, and it was like a staged photo op. You know, like the whole thing was cushy and fluffed up, and even that was a nightmare. Even that was a nightmare, bro. You can't curse in the first 60 seconds of a YouTube video, so I gotta wait. Anyway, listen, it's not funny. It's not funny, but you know, I gotta find a way to guide us through this. And the way that I'm gonna guide us through this is by every once in a while cracking a joke here or there to not lose our to not lose our mind, to not lose my shit. Anyway, fuck, man, we got a lot to cover. Not only that, the Republican House just voted to not release the Epstein files, and they did it in like 5 seconds. It was the craziest shit I did ever see. It was the craziest shit I did ever see. Anyway, chat's telling me that wasn't 60 seconds. I don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. Hi, I'm Chris Valenti. This is the Valenti VOD. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Also, thank you for the $20. I appreciate that. I love you, too. Real quick, you see that $20 that I just got? That is what funds this channel. This is real independent media. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser or a company or a billionaire. You know what I mean? I'm very proud of that. So if you want to support the channel, you can in many ways. A huge shout out to all of my patrons and all of my members. You guys who are paying like $3, $5, $8 monthly. Thank you very much. I love you all. And thank you for 75,000 subs. But regardless, let's get in there. So we've got a lot of different articles about this, but we're going to use The Guardian here. And I already know fake news, but we're going to do it anyway. Hundreds of detainees with no criminal charges sent to Trump's alligator Alcatraz, which we, in this channel, will only be referring to as either Alligator Auschwitz, or as I prefer to call it, the Florida concentration camp. It's hard to even make a joke about, like, it's actually, this is what I'm saying, guys. They're memeing their way into fascism. Sort of like, you know, like Pepe the Frog style old school 4chan Nazis, right? The ones who thought they were being funny with like the edgy Nazi shit. That's their play this time. Their play is to, you know, meme and joke and pat each other on the back their way into fascism rather than just being very brazen. Because this is a way to get those fuck-ass incel 18-year-olds on board, and it's working, right? So, anyway, let's get back to it. Excuse me. We've got an article, and then we've got videos, but we're going to start with a little bit of the article. The notorious new Alligator Alcatraz immigration jail in the Florida Everglades contains hundreds of detainees with no criminal records or charges. It was disclosed on Sunday as lawmakers decreed inhumane conditions inside after touring the facility. Donald Trump has insisted that the remote camp and swampland populated by pythons and alligators was reserved for immigrants who were, quote, deranged psychopaths and some of the most vicious people on the planet awaiting deportation. But at least one detainee shouted out to politicians during Saturday's visit that he was a U.S. citizen. The Democratic Florida Congressman Maxwell Frost said. And the Miami Herald obtained and published a list of 700 people held in cages, showing that at least 250 had committed no offense other than a civil immigration violation. These are civil offenses, guys. These are not criminal offenses. This is not the type of shit that you throw somebody in jail for. It's the type of thing that you give them a fucking fine for. Oh, God. Ugh. Authorities have refused to release the list of those sent there by Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, the Florida Department of Emergency Management, which operates the hastily assembled tent encampment. They said, quote, all detainees at the facility are illegal immigrants, and any claim otherwise is completely false. Well, you would be able to prove that if you actually gave these people due process and you left a paper trail so that we could figure this shit out, but no, you don't. You don't do that. So, here's the main problem. This is just the people that we know of. I really do believe that we're, like, committing a secret genocide right now. And we're getting reports that there's worms in the food, that it is flooding, and of course it is. It's a tent facility in the middle of the Florida Everglades, and hurricane season is coming up. This is a nightmare waiting to happen. I'm calling it now. When a hurricane does come through, that fucking place is destroyed. The people in there are dead, zo. It's surrounded by gators and pythons. There's worms in the food. The water is flooding, and there's shit in the water. There's some people who are getting poisoned by bleach in the drinking water. It's a fucking concentration camp.
People are complaining that someone got bit by a mosquito. It's South Florida. This is not the Four Seasons.
They're not complaining that somebody got bit by a mosquito. Thank you for the $5. Fun fact, civil charges are not legal, entitled to legal defense, including deportation. Jesus Christ, I didn't know that. But, guys, they're not complaining that, like, oh, somebody got bit by a mosquito. They're complaining that this is a tent facility in the fucking humid Florida Everglades, and it is infested with bugs. It's not even it's not enclosed. There's no air conditioning. Or there is, but it keeps turning off.
It is a professional processing center to effectuate the deportation of illegal aliens.
Governor Ron DeSantis speaking out about complaints over conditions at Alligator Alcatraz, calling it a staged tour. Democratic state and federal lawmakers from across Florida gathered at Alligator Alcatraz today for a scheduled visit of the controversial detention center for illegal migrants. The facility opened on the 1st of the month. Since then, there have been a number of reports of inhumane living conditions, which Democrats say they've been denied entry to see for themselves until now. Now, our cameras were not allowed to go inside with them, but WPTV's Kayla McDermott outside the gates caught up with our lawmakers before and after heading into the center.
Democratic lawmakers drove through that gate today to take a tour of alligator Alcatraz, and when they were done, they told us that they saw...
Real quick, can we point out the fact that it is absolutely insane that it's actually called Alligator Alcatraz? Like, you want to give it a fucked up nickname like that, go ahead, but like... What the fuck are we doing? What timeline is this shit?
The worst conditions they've ever seen. Before heading into the detention center,
This is a stunt.
This is effing ridiculous.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. That guy's a fucking pussy. The fact that I have to rely on this fucking ass clown to what, fight against a concentration camp and a new wave of fascism, and he's too much of a fucking pussy to say the word fucking on TV? You're outside of a concentration camp right now, and you don't have the balls to curse? Suck my dick, bro. Fuck, man.
already anticipating a lackluster tour
that we expect will show us little to nothing,
saying it is a staged, scripted, and sanitized version, as they were denied entry last week when attempting an unannounced visit to Alligator Alcatraz.
When the state found out about our unannounced visit, they issued this official invitation because they knew they had cleaning up to do.
A lawsuit has been filed due to Democrats being turned away, stating the action is against the Florida statute.
We don't need permission to come to this facility.
But when pushed by WPTV's Tyler Hatfield the day before the visit,
Governor DeSantis, do you have a comment about Florida Democrats filing a lawsuit?
Governor Ron DeSantis says the lawsuit is unjust, stating the tour invite came the day before the filing.
This is a ridiculous lawsuit. They should be sanctioned by the court for abusing the legal system.
Passing a group of protesters, Democratic...
What the fuck do you mean abusing the legal system? They are lawmakers trying to do an oversight of investigation of your fucking concentration camp. They just want to see what it looks like on the fucking inside. What are you gonna hide? What do you have to hide? Show me what's in the side! Show me!
They were able to head inside and said they would be analyzing the conditions, as detainees have been reporting bugs in their food, an infestation of mosquitoes, plumbing not working, and inadequate medical care. Alleged conditions DeSantis has little sympathy for.
This is not the Four Seasons. What's the plumbing going to be like in their home country? What are the bugs going to be like in their home country? Give me a break on some of this stuff.
Brother, what are the bugs in the plumbing going to be like in their home country? Just blatant fucking racism from Governor Ron to fuck your face? Not to mention that a lot of these people are United States citizens.
3 groups of lawmakers each took their own tour and could not bring electronics in with them. Afterwards, they shared their experience.
We saw humans being held in cages, 32 people per cage, 3 toilets in each cage for these 32 people, and their drinking water comes from the toilet.
I mean, there are really disturbing, vile conditions.
However, DeSantis says the center is being ran professionally and took a jab at Democrats fighting against the facility.
Democrats care more about illegal aliens than they do about American citizens. I've never seen these Democrats fight this hard for the people of Florida. I've never...
First of all, thank you for the $5, Ruby. Yeah, don't forget the immigrants are disproportionately unvaccinated and COVID is still happening. Yeah, no, that's true. In the medical facilities, they wouldn't allow them to tour. The Democratic lawmakers were not allowed to see the medical facilities, and I'm convinced that is because they, A, don't exist, or B, they are completely abhorrent. Anyway, listen, we don't care about their legality. I don't give a fuck what your civilian status is. I don't believe anybody should be thrown into a fucking facility like Alligator Auschwitz. Call me crazy. You know, like, what are we doing? You got a moat? You need a moat with alligators and a python. Brother! Hablo español. Boo! Like, what the fuck are you so afraid of, brother?
I've never seen them fight this hard for U.S. citizens.
But for Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz, she says,
this place needs to be shut the hell down. It needs to be shut down.
Now, clearly, Democratic lawmakers were not satisfied with this tour. They say that they plan to come back here again, unannounced, for another one. At Alligator Alcatraz, I'm Kayla McDermott.
Again, hearing her say, at Alligator Alcatraz, I'm Kayla McDermott. All right, now get this. Meanwhile, like, we've got, thank you for the $10. I'm watching this while on the phone with my girlfriend explaining why you're losing your shit because all she can hear is you yelling, well, tell her you listen here. I'm kidding. I can't yell that loud. Whoopsie. All right. So we got 5 more Alligator Auschwitz being built in red states. Meanwhile, ICE is detaining fucking United States disabled veterans, like U.S. citizen disabled veterans, and they're kidnapping them, and nobody knows where they're going.
Just an extremely emotional scene here. The minute that we arrived outside Glass House Farms, we met a sister and a wife of a man who works as a security guard here, George Redis. He is a disabled U.S. veteran. He is a U.S. citizen, and they are desperately looking for him. They haven't heard anything about his whereabouts from yesterday. They do say that he was taken in the raid. We want to show you a picture of 25-year-old George Redis, a U.S. Army veteran who his family again says is disabled. They saw via Air 7 yesterday that he was trying to leave the scene in his white vehicle. Take a listen to what his sister and then his wife told us.
I thought he was probably part of the protest, and he wasn't. He was trying to reverse his car. They broke his window, they pepper sprayed him, they grabbed him, threw him on the floor, they detained him. His wife's been trying to call and ask where he is. They don't know where he is. Apparently, no one associates with nobody. So now we don't know what to do. We're just asking to let my brother go. He's a U.S. citizen. He didn't do anything wrong. He's a veteran disabled citizen. It says it on his car.
And I just want to know where he's at because I have not seen him. And I heard from him since yesterday. And I called LA and they keep saying that they're not going over there, and I just don't know where he's at. I've been up since 6 a.m. trying to call the sheriffs, the police department, Oxnard, Camarillo, Ventura, and I can't hear nothing. They say they don't know, they don't associate.
And as you heard,
brother, if our disabled veterans aren't safe, then who is? Like, they are unironically the people who put up like the most, they put the most on the line. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh. Now, last but not least, on the alligator Auschwitz style, let's move on. Somebody fucking throw Yans in the corner for like 4 hours.
Facility, 1,000-bed facility can continue to be expanded. We're looking at other locations as well. We've had several other states that are actually using alligator Alcatraz as a model for how they can partner with us as well.
What are some of those? Are there other states?
I'm having ongoing conversations with 5 other governors about facilities that they may have. You know, I haven't asked those governors if I can share their names, but announcements will...
Catch that? Thank you for becoming a loyalist. See, this is how they're operating. They're doing it quick and they're saying it fast. They're pretending like this isn't a big deal. Listen to what she's saying.
About facilities that they may have. You know, I haven't...
Hold on.
Are there other states?
I'm having ongoing conversations with 5 other governors about facilities that they may have.
And they're talking about using alligator Auschwitz as a model.
You know, I haven't asked those governors if I can share their names, but announcements will be coming soon. As you all know, we need to double our capacity in detention beds because we need to facilitate getting people out of this country as fast as possible and to sustain our operations. But those governors have been fantastic. I will tell you, they are all Republicans. So I would challenge some Democrats to start taking care of your states, partner with us. Facility, 1,000-bed facility.
So, we've got more of these fucking facilities going up, and now we're going to take a quick transition because, listen, while all of this is going down, we finally have a nail dividing MAGA. The MAGA civil war has begun, and it's all because of Trump and Epstein, right? We talked about this in our last video. I mean, guys, over the past week, Google search for Trump Epstein has increased by 1,200%. It's remarkable. And Trump went on this crash out, and now, like, everything's falling apart. Dan Bongino, the FBI deputy director, he's threatening to quit. Pam Bondi is starting to feel the pressure. You could see it. She's shaking. Her voice is shaking. Her body's shaking. It's getting fucking weird. But let's take a quick transition into this. So right now, we've got Trump asked directly if Pam Bondi told him his name was in the Epstein files, and Trump does exactly what he always does. He's dodged the fucking question.
Mr. President, your daughter-in-law said that there should be transparency in the Epstein case. Do you agree with her, sir?
The Attorney General's handled that very well. She's really done a very good job, and I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also, but I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important, and you want credible evidence for something like that. And I think the Attorney General's handled it very well.
Did she tell you, what did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, you know, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden
the Biden information. Donald Trump just said the Epstein list was put together by Jim Comey, Barack Obama, and the Biden information. Oh, God, I'm laughing because, like, this is what MAGA has to run with. You got to understand, MAGA's a cult, right? MAGA has to do what Daddy tells them. So now, anytime somebody brings up the Epstein list and they're like a MAGA supporter, you say, what do you think? The Biden information released that? What do you think? You think Barack Obama is the one who made that? Like, brothers, you are so fucking stupid.
We went through years of that with the
Russia
hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it. But
so are you saying you're on this? Wait a minute. I think he's just like accidentally admitting that he's on it because he's been through. Listen again to what he's saying. We got to go back and analyze this for a second. Wait.
Just a very quick briefing. And in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen, and I would say that, you know, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it.
So you've gone through years of what? You're saying that you've gone through years of being accused of things you didn't do, right? That's what you're saying, Donald. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. You're saying you've gone through years of things that you were accused of doing, but didn't actually do. And now you're being asked about the Epstein list and saying, oh, sure, are you on the Epstein list? And you go, no, but I've gone through this before. I've been accused of things that I didn't do. And you're on the list. You're on the list? Brothers, am I going fucking nuts? Am I the only one picking up what he's putting down?
And in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen, and I would say that, you know, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it. But she's handled it very well, and it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release, yeah.
Oh, so they're going to go with credible. So they're going to say, we're not releasing this stuff because it's not credible. And Trump's going to be the not credible. That's what they're going to say. They're going to be like, now, meanwhile, look at how the public is reacting to this. This is important. Look at the way that the public is reacting to this.
And the president's support.
Yeah, I would say that the word is dissatisfied. That is how Americans feel in terms of the releases so far of the Epstein case. Take a look here. Epstein case, amount of info release. The winner here, 50% dissatisfied. Doesn't matter, 29%, not heard enough, 17%. But look at the bottom of your screen. The percentage that are satisfied is just 3%.
This is pivotal, okay? Literally nobody. There is only one thing that I think like every single branch of the American populace agrees on right now, and it's we want to see the Epstein list. I think this 3% here are actually like pedophiles. You know, this has got to be pedophiles. And they're like, no, we don't like that shit. But if they don't do this, this is the first time that I think even like the real average run-of-the-mill, like simply uneducated, not genuinely evil, like Trump voter is going to feel betrayed by him. Because, of course, it doesn't even affect them, you know, but everybody cares about kids, unless you're like a sick fuck. But everybody cares about kids, and this is like the one thing that has everybody in agreement.
That's one, that's two, that is just 3%. I feel like the count on Sesame Street, just 3% of Americans are satisfied so far with the amount of information released. The clear winner in this particular case is 50%. Half of the public is dissatisfied, at least so far.
And are you seeing a big difference between how Republicans and Democrats are viewing this?
Not really.
No, and that I think is kind of the interesting sort of nugget in what's going on here. You see this 50% dissatisfied, and let's break it down by party. Okay, Epstein case, amount of info released. Look at this. You get 43% of lean GOP, that's Republicans and independents who lean towards the Republican Party, who are dissatisfied. Look at this. Just 4% satisfied? My goodness gracious. When you only have 4% that is with Donald Trump on a particular issue, that is ridiculously low. I've never seen anything quite like it. How about lean Democrat? 60% dissatisfied. Compare that to 3% who are satisfied. Again, 4%, 3% Republican, Democrat. You rarely ever see this type of agreement. Now, of course, there's another.
See, I'm telling you, this is really important shit. And then here's the last thing here is that the FBI deputy director, Dan Bongino, he like threatened to quit unless Pam Bondi was fired. Because Dan Bongino was like a fucking conspiracy theorist nut job, you know, like the whole like Barack Obama born in Kenya and Michelle Obama being a man and the 2020 election and like all that shit. And he also really built up his following around the releasing of the Epstein files. And now he's the deputy director. And it's like he's become the monster that he used to claim that he wanted to hunt. And it seems like he, you know, he's like in on it. It's weird. He's both in on it and like disgusted with himself. So he's like threatening to quit unless he gets what he wants, but people aren't. It's fucked up. But the funny part about it is that Trump doesn't even know if this guy still fucking works for him, okay? This is how incompetent our we're talking about the FBI deputy director right now. Watch this. She said, is Dan Bongino still your FBI deputy director?
Oh, I think so. I did. I spoke to him today.
Oh, I think so. You're the fucking president of the United States. Oh, I think so?
Dan Bongino, very good guy. I've known him a long time. I've done his show many, many times. And he sounded terrific, actually. No, I think he's in good shape.
What? What does that even mean? Doland. All right, now let's close out this episode by pulling up Trump's Truth and checking out what our boys got going. All right? Because I've been gone for a while and we haven't done enough Trump Truth. Let's see. What is this? Oh, this is about his stupid fucking book about his assassination attempt. All right, let's see. Here we got one. We got one. To the many great Americans enjoying their summer vacations in Atlantic City, Wildwood, and Cape May in the wonderful state of New Jersey, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, remember that your Republican congressman and my great friend Jeff Van Drew is fighting hard and winning to keep your beaches beautiful with no windmills. In fact, we just beat one of the biggest windmill projects anywhere in the world. It would have been a disaster, but they gave up because of the onslaught of Trump Van Drew. Great job, Jeff. And let's do one more. This morning, I finalized an important deal with the Republic of Indonesia after speaking with their highly respected president, Prabowo Subianto. This landmark deal opens up Indonesia's entire market to the United States for the first time in history. As part of the agreement, Indonesia has committed to purchasing $15 billion in U.S. energy, $4.5 billion in American agricultural products, and 50 Boeing jets, many of them 777s. For the first time ever, our ranchers, farmers, and fishermen will have complete and total access to the Indonesian market of over 280 million people. In addition, Indonesia will pay the United States a 19% tariff on all goods they export to us, while U.S. exports to Indonesia are to be tariff and non-tariff barrier free. If there is any transshipment from a higher tariff country, then the tariff will be added onto the tariff that Indonesia is paying. Thank you to the people of Indonesia for your friendship and commitment to balancing our trade deficit. We will keep delivering for the American people and the people of Indonesia. Yo, that is the craziest sentence I think I've ever fucking read. If there is any transshipment from a higher tariff country, then that tariff will be added onto the tariff that Indonesia's paying. Oh, God, he's so fucking stupid, brother. He's so fucking stupid. Anyway, that's all I got for you in today's episode of the Valenti Vine. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you're here live, please stay. This isn't over. We got to make the thumbnail for this video. If you're watching this pre-recorded, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit subscribe, do everything, all that shit. Donate to the channel because this is grassroots funded. And do me one other favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger. And I know bangers. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? I bet you do. I bet you do. Can I please see Bean? Yeah. Beanie? Oh, he's sleeping. Weenie? Hi. All right. Time to make a Thumium Shatner. So we're going to need alligator Auschwitz inside. Alligator alcatraz. This is episode 180. Give me back my frames! You sick bastards. You fucking thieves. You disgusting monster men. Put myself in the cage. I don't even know how I would do that. No, you know what? I need something better than this. I need something better than this. Put Ben Shapiro in there? No. There we go. That looks like a concentration camp. Let me see something. I'm such a fucking piece of shit propagandist. Oh, God, I'm a rat bastard, aren't I? There we go. That looks hot, right? Does that look hot and humid? Does that look nice and hot and humid? That looks hot and humid. Oh, I think that fucking sells the point. That kind of sells the point. Wait a minute. That kind of sells the point. Yeah. Bro, we should start posting more of this shit. Come on. We should start posting more of this shit in black and white, I think. What is it? An SSS Sniper Wolf clickbait video? I don't know what that is. Is the red too much? Let's compare. All right, what do we think? The white or the red? Oh no, human baby. Luigi, don't. Luigi. I think this is good. Red and white. Wait, red. Yeah, the red. No, this is good. All right. Luigi. Luigi. You dig? Words on top, you say? Yeah. Worthy of a good peg. Thanks, dog. Hi, Beans. Hi. All right, let's get this uploaded. Give me back my frames. Give me back my son. All right, we're going to need a title. Episode 180. Democrat. We. Florida. Democrats. Tour. Alligator. Auschwitz. While 5 more camps are being built. When do we realize that it may be too late? The Valenti VOD. Yes, I want this monetized. And no, there is no AI in this video. Let's make sure it starts. Oh, it's still processing. I want to make sure it started okay, and then we're good to go. What the fuck is happening? I just finally closed Microsoft Word so I could see the chat. What the fuck is going on? You fucking gooners? You fucking gooning psychos? Jesus Christ. Why can't I hear any of it? Hold on. What's going on? I couldn't hear the video, which has me scared. Can I hear it here? Auschwitz! Okay, I can hear it there, so I should be able to hear it here. Auschwitz! Auschwitz! Auschwitz. On the inside, it's a nightmare because it's a concentration camp. What did you think? Auschwitz. On the inside, it's a nightmare because it's a concentration camp. What did you think? Democratic. Oh my god, that's gotta be the fucking stupidest shit I ever fucking heard in my life. Oh god. God damn it. God damn it. Oh, god damn it. Somebody send that clip to Kyle Kalinske. Okay. Inside the Florida concentration camp publish. I'm gonna fix it for you? What do you mean fix it for me? Fuck you mean?
I find the testimony today both disgusting, dishonest, and to be gaslighting, and I'm going to point it out here. We've heard that we unequivocally denounce anti-Semitism, unwavering support for our Jewish students. We have a zero-tolerance policy, and we will not put up with a call for violence. So let's explore that. Emmanuel Ness, the chair of your political science department, said he supports, quote, resistance by any means necessary, which includes violence. How can you say those statements that you support your Jewish students? Shut up and get out of here.
Gentlemen will suspend. Gentlemen will suspend.
Get out of here, you loser. Come on. By the way, to be clear, I hold you all responsible for this. It is the attitude that you have allowed on your college campuses that make people think that this is okay. That is why this happens, because you have someone like Emmanuel Ness that says resistance by any means necessary, and I assume this person still works at your school. Is that correct?
Any call for violence against Jewish members of our community is entirely unacceptable.
So why does this person still work there?
Any individual or faculty that has a complaint of breaking our rules, we will investigate them and take the appropriate disciplinary action if warranted.
The Jewish students on your campus, they do not feel safe today, and you all should be ashamed about that.
The Trump administration has made a lot of commitments to combating.
What's his fucking name? Randy Fine. Okay, he is Jewish. I was gonna say, why the fuck's this guy wearing a yarmulke?
Welcome back. ICE is cracking down on illegal criminals in our country. The agency announcing today more than 1,300 violent criminal aliens have been arrested.
You're telling me this fucking dude is a federal agent? And this fat bastard is in the FBI? What? This is what I'm saying. Yo, these are volunteer Proud Boys, bro. These are just like, oh my God, and they're just doing a photo op with this dude, bro.
Arrested in Houston just last month. Among those arrested, 32 child sex offenders, 9 murderers, 16 gang or drug cartel members, and 1 convicted in 2003 for hijacking an airplane that was headed to Key West, Florida from Cuba. And over on the West Coast, more than 350 illegal immigrants were arrested at a cannabis farm in California last week. During the operation, a mob of protesters attacked federal law enforcement, sending an ICE public affairs specialist to the emergency room for stitches after a rock was thrown at him. The DHS is now investigating claims the ICE employee was doxxed after a Democrat congressman allegedly showed the employee's business card to the mob, making him a target in the attack. This, as the department says, ICE officers are facing an 830% increase in assaults. Joining me now is White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, Stephen Miller. Stephen, thanks for being with us here today. I'd love for you to kind of put into context what's happening across the country. There is the vision, the dystopia, painted by certainly some on other channels and some on the left, that masked men not wearing badges are scooping up hardworking Americans and deporting them to El Salvador. And then there's what's really happening, Stephen.
Well, there is indeed a dystopia, and that dystopia is the state of some of our inner cities, some of our Democrat cities, where migrant gangs imported by the Democrats, imported by the Biden administration, have run free for years. You ticked off some of these arrests. We are deporting child predators and child rapists from these communities in mass. We are removing drug dealers.
Why does he pronounce his T's so strong, right? What a weird thing to do.
We are removing gang members. We have multiple foreign terrorist organizations, like the Sinaloa cartel, like Tren de Aragua, like MS-13, that were imported in vast numbers by the Biden administration to rape, kill...
by the Biden administration? Why does he sound like this, bro?
Maim and murder innocent Americans. So that's the dystopia that we are healing, that we are resolving by getting these monsters out of our country. And as we are doing that under President Trump's leadership,
Oh my God, he does sound like a Valley girl. As we do it under President Trump's leadership, we will destroy everybody who stands in our way. And then we will do it again. And after that, we will go again. And then we will go in our prayer. Dude, that's how he oh my God.
Democrats are leading an insurrectionist mob to try to murder ICE officers. I can't be clear enough about this. The rhetoric from Governor Newsom, the rhetoric from Karen Bass, the rhetoric from Democrat leaders in Washington is directly encouraging and incentivizing murderous migrant mobs to attack ICE officers. When they describe ICE officers, these heroes, as some kind of fascist force, some kind of Gestapo force, they are using the language that is meant to justify violence.
It's working. Boys, we're talking about Trump's Gestapo. Yes. ICE is Nazis. Yes. Trump's regime are fascists. Yes. Yes, baby!
Police officers are literally in real time liberating American communities, once peaceful, once idyllic American communities from an invasion force. I cannot imagine a nobler, a more righteous activity for any American to do than to go into these communities, face off against hostile mobs, and literally free them from the forces of destruction and violence.
No doubt. The dystopia that I reference is the one they are calling your healing mechanism, the corrective to what's happened. They're suggesting that this is an authoritarian force marching into their neighborhoods, making a comparison, as you point out, to Nazis. Meanwhile, you know, we see reports, not just the ones I ticked off, of seriously bad individuals that are in this country. It makes you wonder what a congressman like this Democratic congressman who was involved in some of the riots around that raid in California, what exactly it is they are championing across America.
Well, they're championing sex slavery. They're championing child slavery.
You don't get to talk about sex and child slavery when your fucking Führer refuses to release the Epstein list because he's fucking on it. Your side is actually, unironically, in 4K, 8K even, fucking defending a sexual predator, a child predator.
They're championing labor trafficking, they're championing foreign terrorist organizations, but also they're championing the theft of American dollars, the theft of American lives, and the theft of American dreams. Nobody has the right to invade our country, fill up our emergency rooms, take our health care, take our jobs, take our tax dollars, live an entire life on free welfare. You know, every illegal alien family that Joe Biden and his party imported into this country that has 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, who do you think is paying for their health care? Who do you think is paying for their education? Who do you think is paying for their food, their shelter, their housing, all of it?
They are, you dumb fuck.
The working and middle class of this country.
Oh my God.
We have communities all across this nation that 20 years ago, before the era of open borders, were completely peaceful, completely stable, thriving middle classes. Look at a place like Minneapolis. Post-mass migration, they are unsafe, they are violent, you cannot use the public parks. The education systems don't function. How often have we heard about how the education system in this country is collapsing? Maybe what brought it to the brink of collapse was importing millions upon millions of people from the developing world who are not even literate or fluent in their home languages, who can't even read.
This guy is, I think, more dangerous than Donald Trump. I really do. I think he's more dangerous. I understand that Trump is the president, but I think that this guy is, like, going to lead the future of MAGA. I think he's going to be, like, a forever part of this movement because he means what he's saying, dogs. He ain't fucking around. He operates off of rage, hatred, and having a micro penis. He is a very, very angry man. He's a dangerous motherfucker, this one. He's a Nazi.
Read or write in their home languages brought here. So you have the violence, you have the social decay, you have the enormous cost. Has ever so great an abuse been heaped upon an innocent people as what was done to Americans through a forced policy of mass migration? ICE officers are restoring democracy by effectuating the laws of this country, and the mandate delivered when President Trump won his landslide
to get the illegal aliens out of this country. And that includes, of course, the criminal aliens. Do you know, since the beginning of this administration, ICE has arrested over
How many times do you think he rehearses this shit before he goes live?
100,000 illegal aliens with criminal records from our communities? How many rapes did they prevent? How many murders did they prevent? How many kidnappings did they prevent? How many beatings, thefts, home invasions did they prevent with those 100,000 arrests? And here's the thing.
So are you just claiming that every single undocumented immigrant is a criminal or is a future criminal? Is that what we're going to start doing now? We're going to start saying that that you can just arrest people because of what they're going to do? Oh, Jesus.
Sanctuary cities like Los Angeles and sanctuary states like California set those criminals free. They had to scour these communities to find them, go door to door, house to house, to be able to find these aliens that were set free. The amount of work that was done to get those 100,000, it is truly one of the most remarkable events that has occurred in recent history. We should be celebrating ICE for what they have done to make America safer.
What a message. Stephen Miller, thanks so much for being with us here today.
They're trying really hard to get MAGA to like actually prop up and defend ICE as heroes, but even MAGA doesn't really want to do it because everybody can see what's going on. It's like, if you wanted this to happen, you should have kept this shit in the dark. You shouldn't have like fucking allowed so many fat dumbasses to join ICE. But unfortunately, you're doing it all in the light. You know, you're letting red state suburbs see the fascism up close. That's not a good idea, bro. That's just a bad idea in general, you dumb fuck. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it here, folks. 6 o'clock. I'm going to get some dinner in me. I'm going to walk the dog. I'm going to, you know, have a nice night, relax a little bit. I'll be live again tomorrow, probably around 10 o'clock in the morning, and then live again around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We do streams from 9 or 10 to 12, and then again from 4 to 6. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing and helps me immensely. If you do want to support the channel financially, because this is real independent media and I have no funding, please feel free to click that thanks button down below. You can also become a patron on Patreon. You can become a member on YouTube. You can buy merch. And you can use the discount code for Ground News in the description below. Other than that, have a good one. Be safe, and I'll catch you later. Sorry about that.